It's a big day. It's post-Oscar Monday. It is Daredevil Eve.
Ooh.
Daredevil drops tomorrow.
That wasn't even
You didn't even plan that.
It was the pressure.
By the way, midnight tonight's the last episode of Paradise, too.
It is, when's the last episode?
Tonight.
Oh,
At midnight.
I still haven't watched the last, I only watched episodes because it's 9 episodes?
8.
8, so I did see the 7,
Yes.
what's the last, second last one?
Tonight at midnight, baby.
Gonna have to watch a new episode. That's a big day going on. And let's get things started here, shall we? And we're gonna start off with this. You know, physical media might not be the safe bet that a lot of people seem to think it is.
Why you got to do it to me?
Now, listen. There's a long-running discussion and sometimes debate about the merits of physical media versus digital. Rob is like one of the most hardcore physical media guys I know. I am a digital guy. I switched to digital a decade ago, whatever. There are pros and cons, absolutely, for both sides. But one of the often steadfast arguments for physical is, well, once you've got it, you've always got it. That might not be the case. The folks over at Joe Blow, one of the article, Chris Bumbray over there, who is longtime film journalist online, he's been with Joe Blow forever. He wrote an interesting story about going to load up one of his old DVDs that he was just had the hankering to watch one of these, and it didn't play. And he thought, oh, it's my player. So he ran around, found another player. Then about a month later, he went to put in a different disc, and it didn't play. Turns out it's a much bigger issue, as there are a bunch of DVDs, not all, certainly not all, but a bunch of DVDs that suffer from a certain condition where people are finding out their physical media just doesn't work. The headline is, hundreds of your Warner Brothers DVDs probably won't work anymore. And it goes on to talk about it could become a problem with others as well. They wrote this in their article. It turns out that virtually every Warner Brothers DVD disc manufactured between 2006 and 2008 has succumbed to the dreaded laser rot, where discs simply stop working due to a rotting of the layers. Once it happens, it cannot be undone. This was a frequent problem with laser discs back in the 80s and 90s, but it wasn't a huge problem with DVDs. The issue comes down to the way the discs were authored. Many of the titles affected, which range from classics like The Wild Bunch and The Shawshank Redemption to TV collections like Dukes of Hazzard, have been reissued on Blu-ray or digital HD. So, what can be done about this? Nothing. Now look, it does need to be pointed out that while there have been other issues of what they're calling laser rot on other discs as well, there's not been any wide reported problem of a particular group of them like there have been with the Warner Brothers discs in that era. But they're quick to point out, it has been known to happen in Blu-rays. It has been known to happen in others as well. So, hey guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. All right, guys, if you're watching basketball this season and not playing PrizePicks, you are seriously missing out. This is hands down the most fun way to get in on the action. PrizePicks is daily fantasy made easy. You just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats like points, rebounds, or assists for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. It's available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. This week, I'm looking at the board and I'm going with Luka Doncic for more than 25 points and Jason Tatum for more than 8 rebounds. That's my lineup. Simple, quick, and way more fun to watch the games. And on top of that, PrizePicks hooks you up with awesome promos like Taco Tuesday, where you get player projections at a discount for even bigger value. So download the app today and use the code CAMPEA to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right, just play $5 and you get $50 automatically. PrizePicks, run your game. Rob, to me, it seems like the message is, if you are a physical media collector, collect them, but might be wise to create digital copies of them as well as may be the safer way to go. And what happens now to your physical media? Is there a way to prevent laser rot? I mean, I don't know any of this stuff.
So what's really interesting is laser rot is actually oxidation, and it's rust, essentially. And so what happened with laser discs were a piece of aluminum that were put between 2 pieces of plastic, basically. And the glue on laser discs failed, and it allowed air to get into the aluminum, and it would literally rust, causing what looked like a speckly, star-filled muck, haze, static that was across the image. There's nothing you can do about it. Once it's happened, it's
done.
It's done. Now, it was probably a manufacturing issue between 2006 and 2008. That was also the crossover time when Blu-ray was being introduced. You know, that's when I got my PlayStation 3, which was my first Blu-ray player. And so there's really nothing that can be done. Now, I have CDs from 1983. My first CD was Billy Joel's Greatest Hits. And that was the first one I got, and it still plays fine. You know, and but this is a problem. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a real problem is a lot of these movies that were finished digitally, like even big movies like Kill Bill or Amelie or something, they have to keep, unless they make color separation celluloid, you know, like red, green, blue, celluloid, unless they do those, which is expensive, and a lot of people don't want to do that, film preservation from the 2000s on is going to be difficult because digital mediums are changing, and their movies have to be completely, I mean, there's got to be a real effort. Eventually, I've heard like glass, they'll be able to like save things on literally like glass crystals.
I saw that too. Yeah,
you know, maybe that'll work, but it is a danger, and it is something that people should be cognizant of. And if you have like a Plex system or something, you should rip your discs. Now, I don't, but then again, I barely have any DVDs left. My favorite thing in life, John, is when a better resolution, a DVD gets replaced by a Blu-ray or 4K disc. I have a little ritual I perform when I take one out, put the other in the slot.
Are you dressed?
No. I now consecrate the bonds of obedience. Now I'm wearing a robe, and I drink a special elixir.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chris, I mean, I know, much like Rob, when we were moving, I came across one of my old CD books, you know, where maybe back in the 90s, I may have participated in getting The Matrix and burning it onto a disc. And surprisingly enough, they still worked. But a couple of copies of my own movie, the little Star Wars fan film we did, Rise of the Trades, we had the full DVD thing made and all that kind of stuff. Like 3 out of the 4 of them wouldn't work anymore.
Yeah, because were those DVD like R's or pluses?
I can't remember. I
like
know we had a
gel.
little local company author them for us. But
Yeah, they use a gel. Those things, some of those haven't
just
lasted.
terrible. But I know you also were a practitioner in the art of CD books and stuff like that.
Yes.
Have you ever had a problem with pulling out one of your old discs and maybe finding it not working properly?
Yeah, well, when Amy and I went to watch Blood Diner, her German DVD didn't work on our
Jackie
DVD
Hong's
players.
Blood
Yeah,
Diner?
yeah.
Why were you watching Blood Diner?
Because it's Amy's favorite movie. It's one of her favorite Halloween movies.
Man, I saw that at the Seattle International Film Festival, and Jackie Hong spoke afterwards. She was just a dark delicacy speaking like a month ago.
Oh, dang.
She could have had it signed.
I know, but we had trouble with that. And then we were able to watch it on Pluto TV of all
Nice.
places.
Wow.
Streaming saves the day
yeah.
again.
But
That's her favorite Halloween
It's
movie?
one of her favorite Halloween movies.
I got to talk to her
yeah,
about that.
yeah. She wanted to have my brain rot, which laser rot feels like what my brain is doing every time I look at a screen. So I'm glad we have a term for that now. I feel like this has been an ongoing slow death for a while. It
Why do you
doesn't
gotta
make it
be that
any
way?
less upsetting. It
Why you
doesn't
gotta
make
be
it any
that way?
upsetting. But I do like the fact that supposedly, if you go to the WB store, they will potentially replace your DVD if it
Yes,
does
there
have
have
that
been
laser
reports
damage.
of some people getting in touch with WB
Yes.
and WB issuing
they're still in print.
Exactly. That's the
Yes.
caveat is, are they still making that DVD in the first place? So this is the time too to just go and double check all of the stuff that you own, back it up on a hard drive or two, make sure that you have that physical media still, because sure, maybe later on you will be able to stream it on another service. It's my husband's favorite pastime. He's that John Mulaney joke of like, why would I put in that Blu-ray when I could just watch it because it's on TV right now?
Right.
But that's not always the case. You know, we've seen this with a lot of streaming platforms where they pull content, especially original content. So if you fall in love with something that was made for a streamer, might not be there at some point. So with your own materials, I highly, highly recommend backing it all up.
which is essentially becoming digital.
Yep.
But again, it kind of reemphasizes the point that in the ongoing argument about like digital and physical, there really is, you're going to give up something with one, you're going to give up something with the other. There's no real perfect answer other than maybe invest in both. Anyway, guys, question is for you. Have you ever had an issue like this? According to Joe Blow, it's becoming a more widespread problem, sometimes isolated, sometimes not. What have you done about that? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.